All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest, and today we are going to be taking a look at Utah's newest running back coach, Mark Atuaia. I think that's how you say it. Don't hate me if it's wrong, but do feel free to correct me in the comments. Before we dive into it, guys, smash that like button. That'll help get this out to more Utah fans. Also, comment down below. What do you guys think of Mark? How exciting of a pickup is he? We're going to break down his career, kind of what he has been able to accomplish. Really, really good stuff. I want to hear what you guys think. We're going to break down his whole career, kind of the highlights, look at what he's done. Another thing, the show is a part of the 1012 Network. 1012 Network brought to you by Charlie Hustle. I'm not wearing their clothes right now, but it's great stuff. Vintage made fresh. Use code 101215 at checkout at charliehustle.com for 15% off any non-sale items. Again, that's 101215 charliehustle.com, vintage made fresh. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and let's go in and let's take a look at Mark Atuaia. And here is an article from Deseret. Let's go ahead and just read it. I'll read along with you guys here as we watch it. Sorry about this ad. The ad keeps saying closing, but it doesn't close. Okay, Washington State's Mark Atuaia, you see a picture of him there, will be Utah's new running backs coach. The program announced Thursday. The news was first posted by 24/7 Sports. This is the Twitter post. Atuaia replaces Quentin Ganther, who returned to his former school to coach the running backs in 2022. Atuaia, a former BYU running back coach, spent the last 3 seasons in Pullman under head coach Jake Dickert, and most recently coached Wayshawn Parker. In his freshman season for the Cougars, Parker rushed for 735 yards and 4 touchdowns on 137 carries. Parker has entered the transfer portal and has a visit to Utah set up. I'll touch on that a little more towards the end of the videos, guys. That's a pretty exciting part of this new running back coach. Prior to his time at Washington State, Atuaia spent 6 years as Virginia's running backs coach under Bronco Mendenhall. At Virginia, he coached Jordan Ellis, who in 2018 became the program's first 1,000-yard rusher in a season since 2013. Atuaia also coached the running backs at BYU from 2013 to 15, including mentoring Jamal Williams. Williams rushed for 1,233 yards and 7 touchdowns in a breakout sophomore season in 2013, and has enjoyed a lengthy NFL career with stops in Green Bay, Detroit, and New Orleans. Ganther, who spent the past 3 seasons at Utah, navigated blah, 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 blah. I think you get an idea, guys. Basically, this was the guy that coached Jamal Williams at BYU 10 years ago. And then it's also a guy that's had a lot of success at Virginia, made a 1,000-yard rusher there. And then most recently at Washington State, had a freshman phenom in Wayshawn Parker, who what I want to do next is take a look at this his past 2 years teams, because we could go way far back, but he's been at Washington State for multiple years. Let's see what it's looked like and the type of running back rooms that he's produced. Okay, I think you guys are going to like a lot of what we see here. So right out the gate, we got John Mateer. John Mateer was their leading rusher. He was a quarterback, which should fit very well with Jason Beck's offense, right? They do a very quarterback-heavy run style, so it should be a good complement to that style of offense. Wayshawn Parker, though, this is the freshman that everyone's talking about, right? A freshman running back, 137 carries, 735 rushing yards. That's 5.4 yards per carry. Really, really exciting prospect here, guys. And then you look here at the bottom for his running backs. You exclude John Mateer, the average is actually higher. So they went 2,059 rushing yards on 439 carries. So that includes Mateer, but just to give you an idea, that average face value is 4.7 yards a carry. So you take out the quarterback and Mateer, that's probably more like 4.95 yards per carry. We can actually do the math here and find out the actual number. It might be higher than what I just said. So 439 minus 178 of the carries. So that puts us at 261 carries. And then we take 2,059 rushing yards and minus Mateer's 826. All right, so that puts us at 1,233 rushing yards divided by 261. Yeah, 4.72 yards a carry, so a little higher without Mateer. Really, really good looking stuff last year. And let's go ahead and see what these guys were doing in the receiving game. Boom. Wayshawn Parker, 108 receiving yards. So it looks like not too much going on with running backs receiving wise. So a little bit of a bummer there, but I mean, nothing crazy. Not like that's a deal breaker. Okay, so now we're going back to 2023, taking a look at this. And with the running backs, boom. All right, let's get rid of the yards for Cam Ward. This one brings the average down a ton. So 342 minus Cam Ward's 120 carries, minus the other quarterbacks as well. Mateer, minus, is there one more quarterback? No, those are the only two quarterbacks. So 201 yards or 201 carries, and then we're going to take out the quarterback rushing yards. So 1,020 minus what is it? Cam Ward was 144, and then Mateer was 93. So that's 783 out of 201. 783 divided by 201. Okay, so that puts him at 3.89 yards per carry. That was in the Pac-12, so not great. Not where you'd want it. 3.9 yards a carry for his running backs, but not bad either. There's also some wide receiver carries in there that I didn't exclude, but you exclude those numbers actually pretty bad. So that probably puts you just over 4. And there could have been some of those in 2024 as well. I didn't check. But I really like what you see, right? I really like what you see in this guy. And let's go ahead and take another look at Wayshawn Parker. I want to just give you guys a better idea of what we're getting with this kid. Boom. Wayshawn Parker, freshman, 6 foot, 199, big body, 137, 735 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, 5.4 yards per carry. Just looks like a guy that's going to tear it up. I would like to see this yards per rush against AP top 25 a little higher, but they didn't. You see, there's only 35 actual rush yards against AP top 25. They didn't play a lot of AP top 25 talent, so it's hard to take that number with too much. Like, what do you say with that, right? What do you say? And now let's go ahead and take a look at Wayshawn Parker's PFF grades. Okay, guys, let's take a look here. This is the game log for Wayshawn Parker. You can see down here, his overall grade is a 73.7, rushing grade 77.9, run block 63.1. Like to see that. I'm only really looking at his rushing stuff right now because that's what's important to me. Fumble grade really high as well, which means great ball security. And then you see here, guys, I'd say this is just a little bit of a critique. And I know this video is about Atuaia, but I do think Wayshawn Parker is extremely likely to come to Utah at this point. So why not take a look and talk about it a little bit? There's a lot of up and down. You kind of expect it from a freshman, though. Some really elite grades. One of them is against Portland, which is right? It's a FCS school. But then you got some grades in the 60s here, 70s, and an elite one, best one of the season is Utah State. Very good team there. But now what I want to show you guys is down here. If we scroll to the right a little bit, this is how many runs of 10 plus yards he had. So we had 20 runs on the season that were 10 or more yards. That means nearly twice a game he's breaking one open for 10 plus yards. That's really good, guys. Just so you understand, that's 10 plus yards are the type of runs that running backs make that maybe not change the game, but change that drive, right? So twice a game, he's blowing up a drive and getting a first down on a drive, which is big. I know that doesn't seem crazy. Maybe a little more would be great. But then we go over here, guys. This is plays of 15 or more yards. And he's getting one of those almost once a game at 9 on the season. And again, guys, these are grades as a true freshman. So I'd say a guy that's very excited. I'd be very excited for us to get him. And I think there's a good chance that Atuaia might be bringing him along. Okay, guys, so that was Coach Mark Atuaia, and we did a little breakdown of Wayshawn Parker, who's very likely to join his head coach or his previous running back coach over here. At least it seems like things are pushing that way. So excited to have him. Should be a good pickup for Utah and a guy that could definitely make an impact. Like I said, he was Jamal Williams' coach. He coached Jordan Ellis at Virginia. I think that's a really good sign. I think we've got a high optimism here with this guy. I wouldn't say he blows me out of the water, but I'd say I'm optimistic and think he could be a really good coach. especially with the fact that he's coached multiple good running backs, and he's got a young kid that just had a spectacular season last year at over 5 yards a carry. And even without a lot of star power the year before was, over 4 yards a carry once you filter out the quarterbacks and wide receivers. I'm excited to have this guy. Like I said, doesn't blow me out of the water. Could be worse, could be better. But you factor in that Wayshawn Parker's coming with him. It's a big deal, and I'm excited to see what we can do. Before we get out of here, guys, smash the like button. That'll help get the video out to more Utah fans. Also, comment down below, what do you guys think of Coach Mark? And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content, so stick around for the ride. I am out of here. Go Utes.